Hello, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and this is going to be an intuitive read for a vision I received earlier this morning. It's based on a turtle. It's not. I'm using this card as an example. It's actually a tortoise. It was most definitely a tortoise in reverse, upturned, belly exposed, being pecked at by the heron. I picked the heron card here to use as my example to work a little story around. I mean, the story I'll work around it is just what I'm asking the cards of its representation. And to be frank, it's nothing like how I interpreted it. So I'm going to share with you how I saw it, and you can take it however you like, whether it's something that resonates with you or not. The turtle, the tortoise, was upturned on a lawn. Now, firstly, a tortoise, we have to talk about the spirit animal that is a tortoise. I've taken some notes here. He's all about, it's actually a she, wisdom, security, endurance, peacefulness, patience, order, tenacity, and also ancient wisdom. I'm into feng shui in a big way, have been for decades, and the turtle to me represents the back of the home, the black turtle or the black tortoise. That's your security. It's also usually based, it's the north. It's one of the four magnificent or main animals in feng shui, in Chinese, what would you call it? It's just a prominent beast, really. But it represents one of the four cardinal directions, and it is the north. And when you practice classical feng shui, it's based on landforms, basically. So if you imagine yourself sat in a chair, a good feng shui is that your chair will have a high back, and that is your turtle, your tortoise, your turtle. I'll say tortoise. That's your support, that's your security, that's your protection. And you know, the other animals would be, you know, you'd have the phoenix to the front, and etc, etc. But anywho, the tortoise is really important. It is your security, it is the north, it is your protection, and it's upturned here. I sort of feel with the heron, the heron has a lot of positive attributes as well, because he's been regarded as a messenger of the gods. The heron, I think it was Athena, who was her own personal messenger, was the heron. He plays a role between the sort of ongoing struggle between good and evil. He's very much about honor and virtue. In terms of their kind of archetype, if you like, they are loners. I see them a bit round here. I don't know why I want to call them a stalker, but they are incredibly patient and very watchful, and yeah, observant. They think before they act, but when they act, it's at lightning speed, basically. I saw one literally this week, standing on the pavement of a main road, staring into a field of horses. I'm thinking, does he honestly think he's got a chance there? But yeah, apparently so. A heron with horses. So they will stand, and they will watch, and they will wait, because obviously they will hunt on land and in water, and they'll just wait for their opportunity, and then they will move with lightning speed. They are regarded as the hermit in the tarot deck. But yeah, excellent hunters, basically. Excellent hunters. And ultimately, this tortoise was upturned, and I sort of felt, now, this is nothing to do with a love reading. I will come on to that, because that's really what will probably resonate for most of you guys here. But where I saw this happening was above, like, an inner city. It was on a lawn, a very well kept lawn, and it was in like maybe like cloisters, or it was some sort of religious area. I mean, it was Edinburgh that I saw, so I was sort of thinking Rosalind Chapel, but it was way, way bigger than that. Now, I instantly went political, and I do that in a lot of my dreams. And I sort of felt that this one had moved too slow. This one was always on the watch for an opportunity to overthrow this one. So I went straight to, you know, my my Scottish independence, and they've moved too slow, because what he was doing, this heron, once he had the tortoise upturned, was literally picking away at her tummy. You know, it wasn't like, yeah, it was like entrails coming out, really. Yeah, you know, he was eating like the soft flesh of the underbelly. It was very much sort of, it wasn't like, you know, a nice encounter by any stretch of the imagination. It was very much, this one had been overthrown, turned over, and this one was feasting on that. And the other thing about the tortoises in Chinese, well, you know, mythology, if you like, they hold ancient wisdom. Their scales on their back, or their shell, has been used for divination in ancient Chinese for, you know, centuries, really. And it was also regarded as the earliest specimens of Chinese writing. There's all sorts of things, and it's sort of triggering memories of like the I Ching and something else. It's to do with the way the numbers line up in their back, and I can't picture it now, but I know I've read it. So it was almost like this one has some sort of ancient knowledge that this one would very much like you know, a hold on, and they've just been waiting for an opportunity, but they've come at it deceptively. It's not a case of, you know, walking up and say, hey, you've got some information I'd like to, you know, find out about, want to share it with me now. This heron has come through. So that was basically the story, yes. So yeah, and the other thing I sort of got, because I was getting Rome and the Vatican on that as well. To me, it's like an overthrow of order, and it's an imbalance. You know, the tortoise is or the turtle are sacred animals. They are, you know, the legend is that they are been here since the beginning of creation. They live for, you know, hundreds of years. So to see it on his back and being sort of raped and pillaged by this one was pretty unsettling. So yeah, that's where I'm going with that sort of roundabout. I know what it means to me, although I'm not very good at explaining it, I understand. But this is, so I've just chosen to clarify it. And obviously I'll have like a sort of regular tarot reading out of it. Now the turtle here, I've asked why she was on her back, and I've got the Chariot in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse here. And so yeah, basically it kind of overthrown, stopped in her tracks with the Chariot here. The Chariot means like there's no forward progress. It's losing direction. It can be travel issues. It can be, you know, like a car accident, something like that. And with the Page of Cups in reverse, so it's like a breakup. It's immaturity. It's not forgiving. It's not learning. It's a kind of bratty child. And I've got the magnifying glass with the mask. Basically, this is what this heron wants. He wants to look really closely at this one. He wants to see if this one is authentic, with the mask being here, and really get, you know, to the nitty gritty of the issue. In terms of what's dividing them, or, you know, is the Eight of Swords in reverse here. So this is someone who's no longer in denial about a situation, is very clear, or coming into some sort of clarity. It's also someone who's prepared to remove the shield from their eyes here and look at something honestly. This King of Vessels, who is the King of Cups, as the heron, has actually come through as the King of Cups with Three of Cups. So they may be looking at a reconciliation from this person. The songs that came through on this, I did get, you were always on my mind, and maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I should. So I'll put the songs below. That would be a Pet Shop Boys song. So this is, if it is just a regular tarot romantic reading, this is just someone you're in separation from who's never stopped thinking about you. And he came through also with Mr. Blue Sky. Why have you been gone so long? So someone you've probably been in separation from for some time. What would he like is the Knight of Cups. He wants to make a love offer. And I asked about the love offer, and here is when I get the Seven of Swords and my fox. So basically, it may mean that he'd left previously, sort of deceptively, maybe ghosted you or lied to you or stole from you. But this combination is very poor indeed with the fox and the Seven of Swords, because the fox is all about deception. He's very cunning, he's very sly. And as I say, this wasn't like, you know, if you were to look at this as a romantic vision, I mean, I wouldn't. I did instantly go political on it. But if you were, this is not good at all. Because this one is taking what they want in order to reconcile. They're now very clear what they want, but they're not doing it authentically. Honestly, they're not coming straight. They're not being clean. And this one was very much overthrown, you know. It wasn't like you know, a mutual coming together by any any stretch of the imagination. Now I did get from the female, Alison Moye, All I Ever Knew Was You. Come back, you came back only yesterday, so there's someone you've been in separation from. They might be coming back. And the overall theme was Women Take Me in Your Arms and Rock You. So I just want to ask, what's the outcome of the connection between the heron and the tortoise? The outcome of the connection between the heron and the tortoise. The outcome of the connection between the heron and the tortoise, please, Spirit. The outcome of the connection. Guilt. This one is guilty because he's got the Seven of Swords and he's got the fox here. And they're guilty that things aren't being renewed here. I mean, that is what they would like, but they are sort of getting to the stage that they... I'm not saying it's aggressive, but they're most definitely... watching, looking. I mean, honestly, if it's not a love type relationship reading, they're looking for you to slip up. They're looking for you to make a mistake, and that's when they're going to flip you over. I was going to say something, I'm not having that. The outcome of the relationship, turtle, thank you. There we go. Rejection. Rejection. Who's getting rejected? Why is there rejection here? Because there's trickery. I rest my case. So the heron is guilty. He is looking for an opportunity to come back. He has come out of his head. He may have been involved in a third party situation. He would very much like reconciliation. He's looking for an opportune moment to make this approach, this love offer. But ultimately the outcome is rejection because he has been tricky. There you go. Absolutely nothing like what I saw in my dream. No, not dream, vision. I'm very, very concerned about it from a political point of view, but that's how I see a lot of things. And but here's your wee reading, and I hope you enjoy it. And please comment below if it resonates, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.